you know what? Let's just, do the thing that we do, y'all. So welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Once again, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast. Riffin with Griffin, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Riffin with Griffin. Riffin with Griffin, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, y'all? Riffin with Griffin back again. I don't know why my damn title's not showing up. I'm just having one of those mornings, y'all. It's, I don't know what's happening, but there it is. Anyways, Riffin with Griffin. Nic Mercs, if you're into the COD community, got into a little bit of a thing. We're going to talk about that. Denver Nuggets won the NBA title. Got to talk about that. More AI stuff. Every single week there's new AI. Let's get into all the news and notes. Oh, Riffin with Griffin. All right, anyways, welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. It's good to see everybody once again. Thank you for being here. As always, make sure you, not that one. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. That helps. You'll find out when, what do you call it? When I'm actually going live and all that kind of stuff. So that's like helpful. It helps me too. Hit the like button. I need that like button hit. That's always, it's always helpful when you hit the like button, y'all. So go ahead, hit that like button, y'all. Hit it. And then, what else? What do we got going on here? Twitch, you guys know I'm on Twitch. I love Twitch. I hit me some Twitch daily. So, Erik Griffin Gaming. I play a lot of Call of Duty, but I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4. Never played Diablo before. Love that game. So I'm streaming that a lot. Just you want to be helpful. It help me out. You can also be a Patreon member. You could be a Twitch subscriber. You could be a YouTube member. All those things, that little bit a month, helps me keep the thing going. Makes it worth my while to keep doing it. And for all of you super supportive fans, I appreciate you guys. So, welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. Yeah, I just had the damn thing going, and then I forgot there's a setting you have to put it out live, and I had the wrong one, so I didn't see what you were seeing. Then I'd already tweeted things out, so I had to untweet, put up an Instagram again, take the Instagram down. So all that stuff is, pretty crazy. So thanks for being here, and all you people live, I see you in the chat. Thanks for being here. I do read the chat. Team Average. Somebody, that's a stupid name. You know how I feel about you guys' stupid names on the internet. It should be your damn name. But anyways, welcome back to Riffin with Griffin. What a week. We just had a regular week. My car was in the shop. That's what happened to me. My car was in the shop. The air conditioning wasn't working. I had this electric car. I got this Jaguar I-Pace. It's a great car. Like, the car itself, great. The technology, that's, not so great, but it's a great car. I got to tell you that. It is a great car. But what I realized, too, is like when you have a warranty on a car like that, if you're getting one of these newfangled cars or Tesla, anything like that, keep the car within the warranty, but as soon as the warranty is about to get rid of it. If you got a 3-year, 4-year warranty, don't keep the car past that. I think that if you can, not everybody can afford to do that. But if you can, that's the time to trade it in and get something new, because technology is moving so fast with electric cars, by the way, too. And I think that what we really need is like electric hybrids. So like you have like a little bit of gas in the car. So you could go, the future is going to be you could go 500 miles on an electric car, and it's got like a little reserve gas tank maybe that like you could get. I'm running out of, then you could get to wherever you need to get to charge up or whatever it is like that. So that's hopefully where the future is going. But it's moving so fast that like there's who knows where it's going to be. So there's no point in buying an electric car. Like if you buy a Tesla now, man, in 2 years, you're going to be like, damn, it's already going 800 miles or whatever. You know what I mean? So anyways, so that's the situation with that. So my AC was broken. So I got my car back today. Big hassle. What else happened this past week? Got my new mattress, got this Tempur-Pedic mattress, right? But what I didn't know is the Tempur-Pedic mattress has a smell. So when it comes out of from the factory, so apparently they put it together on demand, right? At the factory. They put it in the box, that foam with the plastic, it's got a very chemical smell. And so Rachel's super sensitive to smells, man. Like she opens the refrigerator and if anything's even feeling like she's like, oh, you know what I mean? She's just always been like that. Super sensitive nose. And so like this, and I'm sensitive to this smell too. So, oh man, what a hassle. I had to take the mattress cover off the mattresses, wash all that stuff, right? And then put baking soda on the mattresses, put them outside on the balcony, let it sit, because we got a twin king, right? Split king, they call it, so we can like be different positions. And then put everything back on, still, it improved it. But then I've been Googling and looking into it, and it's just, it's just it's just one of those things where you have to wait it out. Because I've asked a bunch of people, even in my gaming channel, a bunch of guys were like, yeah, man, we got a Tempur-Pedic. Oh yeah, it lasted a month. It lasted 2 weeks. I had to keep the door open. So knowing that it is going to go away is good, because man, the bed is comfortable, man. Super comfortable. You know what I mean? So shout out to Tempur-Pedic. Not that this is like a what do you call it? A Tempur-Pedic ad, but it is what it is. Oh, by the way, I'm going to Nashville. So all you guys, if you're in Nashville area, I'm going to be at the Zanies Nashville for one night, June 21st. One night, June 21st. Come on out. Come on, I want to sell this out. So I need you to tell your friends. If you know anybody in Nashville, if you're from Nashville, just Nashville people, let's do this, man. Come check me out. Nashville, Zanies, June 21st. Tickets on my website, erikgriffin.com, and I'm working on a new website, actually, by the way. So I've been talking to this person, and it's like, it's going good, so keep a lookout. I know you guys hate my website. At this point, I've kept it just to be stubborn, because it's like a thing now. I like people talking shit about it. But anyways, and then for the weekend, I will be in Huntsville. So all you Huntsville people, come to Stand Up Live. Huntsville is a great little town, so I hope all those people out there want to come out and see me, so come check me out there in Huntsville. So, all right, before we get to the topics of the day, let's go to some of the comments, man. Let's go to some of the comments. This is from Pork Chop Express 6890. Bobby could have just said Griffin looks like Mr. Potato Head. It's like a perfect look-alike. I legit can't see Mr. Potato Head and not think of Erik Griffin. Yeah, well, I get it. Just need some glasses. I need like a Mr. Potato Head with a beard now. So this is a great cup. Shout out to Rick Glassman. You can see where he gave it to me. Maybe he'll use that. All right, Shannon Greenlaw 321 said, thank you for this episode. I'm 34, and it's so refreshing to hear my favorite comedians being open and honest about stuff from a guy's point of view. Oh, thank you for that. Sometimes that's it's necessary. And then Blanc 2069, love you and Wiggy. Oh, I know I haven't had Wiggy on in a while. He's just so busy, man. He's a big time director. He's always doing music stuff and traveling and this kind of stuff. And it's like, we don't live close. So it's hard, we haven't really done that. But I still talk to Wiggy all the time. Shout out to Wiggy. He's a great dude. Really great dude. Shy Booty 323. Stupid ass name. Hey y'all, I came here to chill. Thank you for all your content. Erik keeps me happy and joyful as the real world sucks, but your content as well as other comedians makes the world a better place for me. Cheers. Thank you. I appreciate that kind of comment. Of course, now everybody that loves Matt Rife keeps going to that Matt Rife episode, and now they're like, this may be 4 years later, but I relate to Matt. I'm super picky too. I'm a little older than Matt, 6 months, and what he is saying sounds just like me. I'm so down to dating him because we sound so similar in what we want. Oh, really? Oh, really? Are you down to date him? Oh my God. Listen, you girls are so stupid when you write this kind of stuff. When you send me messages, me and Matt, really? Do you relate to the handsome, in-shape guy with the fuck, you know what I mean? There's a lot of regular fat dudes that feel the same way as him too, but you're not saying, me and Chubby really relate to each other. Oh, is that what it is? You relate to Matt? You relate to him? This reminds me of when I took this picture with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber saw me at the Laugh Factory, right? And then we talked, and he was like, yeah, we took a picture together. He put it on his Instagram. My Instagram blew up for 6 months. So many messages from girls, from boys, not just, oh my God, yeah, me and Bieber, I think that him and I would really get along. Can you hook us up? Really? You think that's how it works? You mean he's your type? You and 50 million other people out there, 50 million plus, probably think the same thing. Like, get out of my face, man. All right, J River 6756, and this is about my book club. I want to do my book club more often. Last week I talked about Melissa F. Olson, her books. This is a series of like vampire books. She calls it The Old World. Look her up, man. It's really great books. But somebody else gave me a little thing here, a little context. No. Where is it? The Thief and the Beanstalk is a good book. I would love to see a movie made. The Thief and the Beanstalk. I might check that one out. Somebody else, Belinda Cross Street said, Eric, you are so right about the Bible. Just try to explain it to your child as best you can and how you best understand it. If they ever ask you, you won't be reading the Bible too much gaming, and kids will never pick up the thick book like with no pictures. And she goes on, because I was talking about like what happened in Utah where they banned the Bible. They were in protest to banning other things. You know what I mean? What's going on with Matthew and the Gen to Gen podcast? Your guess is as good as mine. Matthew is such a busy dude. So we took a break to try to like regroup, because we didn't get the response that we wanted. So we're trying to figure out a new thing. So look for us in that. All right. But thank you guys for all your comments. And I try to read as many comments as I can, but you get it. It is what it is. Let's see. Where are we? Okay. So let's get into today's thing. The main thing I wanted to talk about today is about. I don't know if you guys are into gaming, and if you're not, a lot of the people that are watching are probably into gaming right now. So, anyways, I play a lot of Call of Duty, and there's a big time streamer, one of the big streamers in the COD community and just in the gaming community. His name is Nic Mercs. So Nic Mercs, he plays a lot of Call of Duty for like 3 years. I found out about him through the pandemic. Great dude. Like, he's like a dude, you know what I mean? And when you're online like this, you kind of like your life is just shared with the world. It's a very interesting thing. Like we know he just had a baby, got married, we kind of follow him. He's into fitness and gaming. He's a really good role model for that kind of thing, man. You can, you don't have to sit there and be a nerd gamer. You could be like a cool ass dude and game and have a real life. So he really represents the future of what we're looking at here. But anyways, he just had a baby too, by the way. So there was some stuff that went on. There was a violent protest going on in front of a school, and it was this protesting the LGBT, and then there was pro-LGBT people, and they were having this thing, and then there was videos about it, and then Nic Mercs tweeted basically they should leave little children alone. That's the real issue. And so this, of course, was, in my opinion, people put their own context on it. They put their own opinion on it, and they made it a anti-LGBT tweet. And then, of course, in woke fashion, Activision, because of whatever the small, like, loud minority on the internet, that the real cabal, the real Illuminati is this, small Twitter population of people that just talk loud. This is on the screen right now, is his skin. They made like a skin for him for the game, so you could buy this skin and you could play as Nic Mercs in Call of Duty. They took it away. So in response to that, you have other famous streamers like Tim the Tatman, or however you say his name, and of course Dr. Disrespect. They boycotted COD. Dr. Disrespect went online live and deleted COD on his stream. And he said he's calling for people to not play Call of Duty anymore until they apologize to Nic Mercs. Okay? Till they apologize to Nic Mercs. So let's go into what I feel about this. Now, I'm not going to play Nic Mercs' video, but I looked at his video, and I encourage you to look at his response video to this. And it's very thoughtful. And it's like, and that's what's missing is discussion. Discussion is missing in the world right now, man. So Nic Mercs is now a father, and he sees a video where people are fighting in front of a school. And then there's all this, talk about what we should or should not teach kids. It's almost like as if they're trying to remove parents from the equation. And he responds with, I think they should, the real issue is let's leave the kids alone about these subjects, and also it could be taken any which way. It could be taken like, why are you fighting in front of a school? Why are you talking about this to kids without the parents? It could be taken in many different ways. But one thing that it's not is anti-gay. And that's the thing that bugs me about this. What needs to happen is when someone like this tweets that out, COD's response is a bitch response, okay? This is like, what a coward response. Hey, Activision's like, we're good people. Hey, gay community, don't worry. We support you. We're good people. And he's bad. That's not that. If you think that's better for society to have this cowardice response for the sake of money, everybody at that company should be fired. You are doing a disservice to the kids, to that community, to this gamer who's been propping up your game. Everyone involved loses because of your cowardice. What should have happened, in my opinion, to me, have a discussion about it. Reach out to Nic Mercs and be like, hey, let's discuss this. Hey, Nick, from Activision, can you be more clear about what you were talking about? Then he could have came on and said, yes, I sure can. And he could have done a video like, instead of it being a response video, he could have had the video that he had and it could have been more positive. Just like, hey, I'm a father now. I think these subjects should be talked about at home. I don't think you should be fighting in front of the school. I don't think this is a good representation of what we should. Like, let's have a discussion. So immediately one side jumps to, he's anti-gay. The other side has to be like, oh, no, he's not. And now what's happened is there's a huge backlash. There's a huge population of people in the country that feel like that this is being jammed down their throat with no context. It's being jammed down their throat with no like discussion, with no facts, no information. Like, we're all the same, like let's get some common, there's no common sense in this. Let's get some gay people to come out and talk about this with like some streamers, Activision, who are like, maybe they don't know anything about the gay community. And let's have people talk about it. There's plenty of people that play COD who are gay. There's plenty of people who play, you know what I'm saying? Like this doesn't make any sense to like take this like narrow-minded stance on either side. Now his Twitter is blowing up. So now what you've done is you've galvanized all the real anti-hate people, all the real haters. All those people are like, oh, look what you've done to Nic Mercs, and now they're going to jump on thing. And now he's in a position where it's like he has to come across like, oh, well, wait a minute now. I'm not a hater, But all these people are supporting him, and now it's like a fight that he's not even supposed to be in. Dude just wants to game and be a father. And now you turned it into something that it's not. All because what? What? Because we can't really talk? Because you think in 140 characters that represents what people think? That represents what, like, that's their whole thought process, is this thing here? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and they 100% should apologize to him for this. They should apologize to both sides. They should be like, you know what? I believe that we jumped the gun on this, and we should have probably had a discussion. We should have probably used this as an opportunity to educate people. How about that? How about we educate people on this situation? But now it turns into like it has to be one or the other. It has to be you're pro-gay or you're anti-gay. That's what they've turned it into by their cowardice response. For what? Anytime these corporate types come with this kind of response, it's because they don't have the words to articulate their position. They don't have the guts to come out and just talk about it. And then the other side, stop being so like, you hate us, you hate us, you hate us. Nah. We might hate you because you're being a fucking asshole right now about this. How about, hey, people may not understand your lifestyle, and they don't have to. But you don't have to make it like everybody's evil that doesn't get you. How about we just, again, let's just talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. You know, I think it's fair for parents to be like, whoa, what are we teaching? What are we teaching our kids in school right now? Is there an agenda here? Like, the perception is that this is being forced on the educational system from a very small minority of people. And everyone else is like, whoa, can I discuss the sexuality with my kids? Thank you very much. Is that okay? I totally get that. I think that's a fair thing. So then it's like, it should be like, this should be a discussion we should be talking about the school board with parents unions and the LGBT, whatever the other letters are, community. You know, they should all be getting together being like, okay, how should we discuss this? Let's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening right now? What's happening right now? Like, Twitter is not the real world. Why are we letting this fucking bullshit place dictate what people think and how we should function in society? It's like, that's not a real place. That's not real thoughts. It's not complete thoughts. And by the way, you're an idiot if you look at someone's 140 characters and think you know them or understand them. Like, what? If you're confused about something, then you reach out and be like, hey, to me, this, I think this means this, but I don't know for sure because I don't know that person. But nah, that's not what people do. Somebody tweets something, somebody says something, and immediately everybody puts their own context on it as if they understand this person and who they are. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Okay? Absolutely ridiculous. So let's get back to, like, I mean, school should be about, I don't even know anymore, you know? Like, I'm thinking back to when I was in school. I took typing. Like, this is how advanced, how far school has gone. When I was in high school, when I was a senior in high school, I took typing. I took typing in high school. Typing. Think about that. It was a class. Math, science, PE, typing. What was happening? I'm thinking back now, thinking, what the hell was happening in the typing class that we had a full class for typing? Like, were there lectures? All right, here are the origins of the lowercase j. Like, what were we talking about? Were we doing field trips to paper mills? Like, I just don't understand. So now you cut to, I was taking typing to, we're teaching sexuality? You know, I don't know. I don't know. We have to figure this out, okay? But we can't do it if we're divided. We can't do it with this sort of divisive internet presence that isn't taking into account that these are real people behind these tweets. These are real people out at that protesting, and they believe in what they believe. So let's, like, take a moment. Let's step back, have a discussion about it, as opposed to just firing off and making rash decisions. So I say, hey, Activision, Call of Duty, you owe Nic Mercs an apology. Yes, you do. You owe the gay community an apology for this pandering that you're doing, that you really think you care. You owe them an apology. You owe the fan base an apology for even getting into politics in the first place. What are you doing? You look stupid. Let's discuss stuff, okay? Let's be open. Let's try to have honest. Like I said, let's educate and let's come together, because this bullshit is not helping anyone. All right. Enough of that. Okay, y'all. Good stuff now. I didn't talk, you know what? I didn't talk last week about, I forgot to talk about the NBA. I forgot to talk about what I thought was happening in the series and all that. It was like 1-1 at the time, and then cut to the Denver Nuggets have won the championship. And I just want to talk about it. Now, I picked Miami, and I didn't wholeheartedly pick Miami. I just was like, how can we keep doubting Miami, and maybe they'll win in 7? You know, I just was like, let me pick the underdog at this point, because I couldn't believe that what I wanted the Celtics to win, because I wanted history. I was like, wow, this is great. Coming back from 3-0 for the first time ever. I thought it was going to happen. It didn't. Now, the 8th seed going to the championship. You know, I was like, oh, man, the playing game team can win the championship. I wanted to see that history, but it didn't happen. But let's talk about it. First, kudos to the Denver Nuggets. They were the best team all year. They had the best player in the last 3 or 4 years in Jokic. It's you know what? And I'm 6'3", and I went to a small high school, so I was a big man in high school. I went to big man camp when I was in high school. So basketball's a big man's game, okay? When you get a big man who is skilled, it will be better than a little man who is skilled, because that's the sport, okay? It's putting balls in the rim and pounding and rebounds and defense. I'm glad they're going back to that. Just for me, I like old school. You know what I mean? And he's gonna be dominant for a long time now. He's in his mid-20s, so look out for Denver Nuggets. But so shout out to them. Shout out to Jamal Murray for coming back from his injuries. Coming back from injuries like that and to win the championship, that's so awesome. He was dominant in the bubble. He was scoring 50 points. There was that battle between Denver and Utah, and it was just fantastic. Then they went on and played the Lakers, and they lost to the Lakers. It was a younger LeBron. It was a younger AD, and you know, LeBron and AD, they're going to be better than Jamal Murray and Jokic. You know, it is what it is. And they went on to win the championship in the bubble. But it proves that the Denver Nuggets were right there. You know, they were right there. And so they improved. They kept working. They got some Aaron Gordon. They got some role players. They got Kadarius Caldwell-Pope came in. All these young players, and they did it. Mike Malone, great coach. The Denver Nuggets. But if I had to say, was this an all-time great run? No, I don't think so. Okay? They played who? They played the Lakers, a bubble team. Lakers were, you know what I mean? They were a bubble team. They had to fight to get into the play-in game. They were a play-in team. And then they played Minnesota in the first round, play-in team. And then they played Miami in the championship, play-in team. 5 years ago, before the play-in game, none of these teams would have even been in the playoffs. Think about that. None of these teams, well, I don't know. It depends on if they were the 8th seed or not. If they were, any of them were 7th and 8th, they would have made it. So even still, I mean, the Lakers weren't. The Lakers were outside of it. Minnesota was outside of it. And yeah, and Miami was outside of it. Yeah. So they weren't, none of them were like the 8th seed, actually. They were all 10, 11. They were all 10, 9, and 10 seeds. You know what I mean? So either way, it still was impressive. It's hard to win the championship, so shout out to them. And on the other side, Miami, look, I think Jimmy Butler's hurt. I don't think he recovered from his ankle injury. He just never looked the same after that ankle injury when he missed a game during the first round, I believe it was. And so he just never looked the same. After the 56-point performance, he just never looked the same. They needed more. Maybe they'll get one more superstar. But hey, you got to shout out to Miami, man. They've been to the championship twice in 4 years. Eastern Conference Final, 3 of those 4 years. So pretty impressive run. It just came up short. The NBA, I believe, is in a really good place. Hopefully LeBron James gets one more run next year. Maybe we see the Suns get their shit together. Who knows with Luka and Kyrie and Dallas, or maybe Kyrie goes to the Lakers. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm hearing Damian Lillard to the Heat, or Damian Lillard someplace where we could see a good championship run. So we'll see what's going on with that, and we'll see. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed the playoffs. Like I've been down on the NBA, but this playoffs really got me back into it. So I really enjoyed it. And like I say, Denver's a great complete team. This is like a really great basketball team, and I'm glad that team won. I'm glad the team that drafted their players and made cool moves to get certain pieces to help their stars play hard, play defense, win the championship. That's what I like. I don't always like it. Look, I'm a fan of LeBron James, but I don't like how he's done it in some ways. I don't like let's join superstars. Let's trade for superstars. Let's be top heavy and see what we can do. I don't like that. But by the way, this Laker team that got where they got, I like this team better than the stupid team he built with Russell Westbrook and all the things that happened there. Like, this was a team that was like, oh, okay, they have pieces. You know what I mean? They play good defense like Austin Rivers. You root for a team like that better than you root for like the Suns, for instance. I wasn't going to root for the Suns. I was like, okay, another team Kevin Durant's going to, and it's like, I just wish that narrative would just go away. But he's going to be 36. So just look out for this, man. LeBron James and Kevin Durant are going to be at home a lot next year. They may play maybe 60 games. That would be a miracle for Kevin Durant and LeBron James to play 60 games next year, because they're old and their bodies have let them down. They play too hard, and their bodies are too old. The two things don't mix. Kevin Durant is a baller, and his body is just going to continue to fail him. So if he could play 82 next year, I hope it happens for him. I don't see it happening. No one in the history of the league ever has come back from an Achilles tear like he had. That particular injury, and be 100%, be themselves, especially at 36 years old. So we'll see. All right. Okay. NBA talk done. All right. Let me see. What's some other stuff? Let me look at my topics here. And thank you for being in the chat. Love y'all. And thank you for all the people listening live. That's been pretty great. Yeah, here's some weird stories, man. Speaking of basketball, we'll do this by sticking with in the basketball world, because here's a weird story. It's not weird, it's just funny. So LeBron James, what a guy, dude. Like, he's just going to be that guy, just it's going to be in the public eye forever, even after basketball. But LeBron James joins Taco Bell in a fight to free Taco Tuesday phrase from trademark. So shout out to whoever the genius was that trademarked the phrase Taco Tuesday. I don't know how they were allowed to do that. It's like, you could just trademark any two words, you could just trademark, Wildebeest Wednesday, or I don't know, Whataburger Wednesday. How can people trademark? He could have just move it to Thursday, Taco Thursday, I bet you somebody already has that trademarked in the event somebody tries to do that. So apparently, so you've seen those commercials. So apparently, it's been trademarked. So I know you guys saw that commercial. There's like a commercial with LeBron James saying, we're going to free this. We're going to free Taco Tuesday. And I thought that they did. But Taco Bell announced last week that it filed a legal petition via the USPTO trademark trial and a board appeal to liberate the phrase for restaurants nationwide by canceling the federal trademark registration for Taco Tuesday. It's like, so apparently, like, if you are a restaurant, you can't even use Taco Tuesday in your advertisements, and you got to pay. Like, man, it's like, how much money? It's like any way people can take advantage of freaking, you know what I mean? Anytime people can take advantage of like making money somehow, taking the fun out of life, they do it. I mean, trademarking Taco Tuesday is ridiculous to me. It's like the people that tried to trademark Happy Birthday. I think they got rid of that finally. Like somebody owned Happy Birthday, and then you couldn't sing Happy Birthday anymore, whatever, without having to pay somebody. It's like, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? I'm singing Happy Birthday. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Speaking of making money, Lightyear, thank you. He says, Eric, come to Albuquerque. You know, I'll do what I can. Manny V, fondest memories of COD was gaming with you, Griff. What's up, Manny? Thank you for being here. And Janine, every week, this woman, thank you so much for your support. She said, slow clap for free speech. For that, slow clap for that speech, she said. Yeah, well, you know, I do what I do, man. You know what I mean? I like to keep it raw and honest. That's why I do it live. You know what I mean? So you got to watch yourself. I got to make sure I don't want to insult anybody. I don't want people to feel, I don't want to attack anybody. Well, I don't even know if that's true. I mean, sometimes I'd be going in. But, you know, some stuff should be public domain, right? Anyways, getting back, I just saw somebody say that on the thing, public domain. So anyway, that's just a weird story. So shout out to LeBron James for trying to fight for the little people. Let's get back Taco Tuesday. This is Liquid Death. Don't worry, I'm not drinking beer. Oh, I love these. I got a lot of messages from people who were like, man, that ASMR you were doing, it made me turn it off. And I know there's other people that felt the same. It's like, bye, bitch. You know, my favorite thing about trolls and chat is you guys think the world revolves around you. It's so funny. Somebody will say, hey, you shouldn't do that. Oh, I shouldn't? Should I not do that? Dude, there's 100 million things to watch on the internet. I don't care if you're here. Bye. You don't want to hear the slurps? Ask me if I care. Stupid. All right, so let's go into there's some weird stories. This one really, like, I don't know how to feel about this one, but this is an Instagram story. I only have one Instagram post today, but let's talk about this. How would you feel? A man fakes his own death and then shocks his friends and family by turning up at his own funeral. What? This is a what? I don't know how I would feel. Let's say Bobby Lee did this, because this is some Bobby stuff. What if Bobby Lee faked his own death and then we're having a funeral? You know what I mean? It's my turn to talk. You know, I gotta make up some nice things to say about him, you know? And then he comes walking in the back. Hey, everybody, look. I would beat his ass. Okay? After, of course, I would be crying. I would hug him. And then I would punch him in the stomach. And then we would do an impromptu roast of him. And everybody that came up would get to slap him but before they said something. We would tie him to a chair, you know, up at wherever this funeral is, and then we would walk by him and just smack his ass, pow, and then he'd be crying, you know what I mean? And then, you know, looking like a little anime, you know, and then we would smack him and then talk about him. This is really messed up, in my opinion. This is really messed up. Yes, there will be a moment of joy. You know, there's like a moment of joy you would have. And then the rest of it would just be like, how dare you do this to me? How dare you, right? This is crazy. This is just one of those. That's why I'm talking about it right now. So what do you guys think? Let me hear you in your comments on this one. If a person, your friend, family member, faked their own death, and then at their funeral, they showed up to be like, I'm not dead, surprise. What would you do? Whoo! I'm still thinking like, well, glad we're already at her funeral because you about to die. You dead. Then we just put his dead body in the casket. We already thought he was dead anyway, right? Terrible. People are terrible, dude. So that's that story right there. What else is going? Oh, and then this is another one in the same vein of like, you know, so that's one, somebody's faking their own death, right? What if this, oh, I hate all these stupid commercials that pop up on the screen. Well, I guess it is what it is. Here we go. This one's another one that I found was like, how crazy is this? A dead woman found breathing in her coffin. She's at the hospital. They pronounce her dead. Okay? They pronounce her dead. A hospital doctor in the city of Bombajejo. So that tells you all you need to know about the medical system and wherever the hell that is. You know what I mean? When you can't even pronounce the name of the city that the doctor's in, that's a sign right there. You need to get out of that place, okay? So they thought she was dead after a stroke. She was placed in the coffin at the funeral parlor where relatives held a vigil. When after about almost 5 hours, they opened the coffin to change her clothes, and the woman gasped for air. I had a little moment of silence because I'm like, what? First of all, I'm just thinking about all the feelings you would have. Let's start with the family. You already had to deal with your mom's dead. They put her in the coffin. She at the funeral home. You're like, my mom's dead. My mom's dead. You know, you having a vigil. You talking about her. People are crying, going through the mourning process. And then you get her favorite dress. Like, let's get mom's dress. You open up the coffin and she's like, you'd be like, I don't even know what I would do. Just that joy you would feel right there. But shortly after that joy, I would march down to the Boombahuhu hospital and beat this doctor's ass. Right? You would go get him. You and your like criminal cousins and that one uncle who just got out, who know people. You would grab that doctor, put him in a coffin and close it and let his ass sit in there for 5 hours. Okay? And then you let him out and go, you need to retire, bitch. Your doctor days are done. Because look what you did. How furious would you be? Now, imagine you in a coffin. You went to the hospital. You're in the hospital. You wake up. You in a coffin. Thank God when they opened it is when she woke up. Gasped for air. Imagine. Well, I guess maybe they would have heard her during the vigil unless they had music playing or something. Oh, but what if she woke up like, you know, they're throwing dirt on the, oh my God. I'm having chills thinking about that the timing of this could have been terrible. They could have never known. How about this? What if this dumbass doctor has done this before? Like, I'm thinking about it now. They need to like dig up every person that he has said is dead in the last year, do an autopsy on these bodies to find out when the time of death actually was. Oh my God. Imagine if someone was buried alive. Just think about that for a second. Imagine being buried alive. I'd rather have a shark eat me from my feet first than being buried alive. I don't know what to say about this story, but that's terrible. And I hope in wherever they are that they could sue this dude. Doctor need to be sued. Okay? Sued. Unbelievable. I mean, what an unbelievable story, right? All right, guys. And lastly, let's get back to, and here's like, you know, we've been talking a lot about AI. And dude, here's some weird AI news. Here's in the AI world, you know, I don't know if this is a positive or negative, but apparently Paul McCartney on Tuesday said that an AI was used to extract John Lennon's voice from an old demo and used in this song, a unreleased Beatles song that maybe they were working on. So the AI is using his voice and they're putting out this song. And you know, AI is singing in John Lennon's voice, so you know it's going to be perfect pitch. It's going to be like, I don't know how to feel about this. How do you feel about this, man? You know? I mean, this is crazy, you know? I'll tell you what's crazy about it is like what we appreciate about art. You know, like what is the thing that you personally appreciate about art? So, you know, you take a person like Mariah Carey, you know, and here's this human being with this spectacular voice. And then, you know, you're listening to it and you appreciate, what do you appreciate? You appreciate the beat, the music, the musicality, the harmonies. Do you appreciate her voice? Do you appreciate the fact that, oh, this person can sing like this and no one else can? And that's what you appreciate about it. That's what you like about it. Like, actually think to yourself, what do you like about your favorite song? What do you like? Really think about this. And I'd love to see your comments in the comment, you know, comment on this, please. What do you like about your favorite song, your favorite artist? What do you like about them? When you hear the song, is it because it's them? You know? You take someone like Chris Brown, for instance. Oh, God, I hope we're not going to get into a controversy about that. I'm just saying the dude is a ballerina. The guy can really dance. He can really dance. Like that guy, if you see him live, it's incredible to watch that guy dance. He can dance. He can sing. And then so what do you like about a Chris Brown song? Is it the beats? Is it the, you know, is it that he's performing it, his voice? Then when you see it live, it's a dancing, like, you know, anybody. Think about Whitney Houston when she was alive. She had this spectacular voice. And so is that what we liked about it? Like, what do you like about the person that, whatever it is? What we're saying is AI can do it. So what is there to appreciate about this? Is it just going to be about the music now? Is it just going to be about, like, what do we like about this? So if they can I get it for someone dead. Like in this instance, it's like, hey, here's a song that we didn't release. And it's kind of like when, you know, they put out those Frank Sinatra albums where he's dead. Or remember when Natalie Cole made an album of songs with her father and they just took his recordings and they sung, and she sung with her father, and we were like, oh, that's really cool, honoring her dad, using the old recordings. They did this with Biggie Smalls, the notorious B.I.G. They did this with Biggie Smalls. You know, rappers were rapping with him, you know, with old recordings, you know? So we're like, oh, okay, that's cool that they did that. But now, AI, a new Biggie album can come out, right? Maybe they have a notebook of his that here's some raps that he was going to come out with before he died. And then they put it into AI. AI learns his cadence and everything. And now a new Biggie album comes out from his diary. And they call it the Diary of Biggie Smalls, whatever, right? How do we feel about that? How are we honoring him? Or at this point, it's like, are people pulling a fast one on us? It's a really tricky area. It's like a new area of things. What if like it's not me doing this podcast live? What if I'm like, okay, AI learns me, my mannerisms, and I go, all right, I want you to talk about this, and this today. Go live, AI. And it's the Max Headroom, you know? And it's the AI Eric going like, hey, y'all, what's up? Woo, woo, woo. The woo-woos are always perfect. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, and woo-woo's on point today. What's going on with Eric and his woo-woos? And it's because the AI is doing it? Like, this is crazy, man. You know what I mean? it's like a crazy, it's a crazy thought process, man, to think about, because how we are going to appreciate art will change. Think about a photograph someone takes. Think about a painting. Think about, listen, some of the greatest artists of all time, for longevity's sake, have long been dead, man. Like Beethoven, Chopin. Like, you young people don't even know what I'm talking about, but if you think about it, Beethoven it has lasted longer, 5 or 6 times longer than some of the artists that you like, that you may have liked, or maybe even from my childhood. Beethoven lasted longer than MC Hammer. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Longer than, say, even like a great person like Cyndi Lauper, or like, think of somebody that you thought was like great 10, 20 years ago. Beethoven has lasted longer than them. What I'm saying is, how will we now appreciate art if it's not being made from the human brain? Like, this is the crux of what the writer's strike is about, what the actors will strike about, where it's a matter of like, these studios are like, hey, we don't even need you. We don't need writers. We don't need actors. We have CGI technology and a computer that could do just as what you do. What are we going to do? We already complain about auto-tune, right? We already complain about like, oh, you're not really singing. That's auto-tune. They're fixing your voice in the studio, and when you go live, you can't sing. Now, the AI version of your voice is perfect. How are we going to appreciate art then moving forward? How? So, I don't even know. It's a really fascinating question and thing to think about, man, is what do we do moving forward? Like, I really want you to answer that question for me, because I'm going to think about it too. Why do I appreciate art? Can you answer that question, guys and girls, men and ladies? Can you? Can you answer the question, like, pick an artist that you like and tell me why you like them? Pick a song. Pick a painting that you saw. What is it about it? When people do art appreciation, like, what is art appreciation classes now? Like an art history major. What is an art history major going to do moving forward in the AI world? Are we going to then have to appreciate what the AI made? Are we going to be like looking at this like, oh, this AI found a way to really mimic this? Or is it like new levels of appreciation that's going to come? Yeah, I see somebody talking about how singers use pitch correction. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, that's what I mean. And we look down on that. Or do we only care that the song sounds good and we're moving forward? Or that our appreciation for this artist is that they don't need that stuff and this is what they're doing. But now what we're saying is, albums will come out, singers will come out, and they'll be just like, it won't be them at all. So you could just grab random hot person, fake AI voice. They will go on to never sing live. They'll find a way, because they won't have to, because they could just be on the internet the whole time. And do we care? Will you care? At what point will we be like, oh, now I just appreciate, like, I need to hear bad singing to know that it's human. But maybe the AI can even mimic that. I don't know, man. It's like I'm blowing, my own brain is blowing up right now just thinking of all of the implications of this. So let's discuss it. All you regulars, new people, thanks for being here. Make sure you check me out, erikgriffin.com. I game, you know what I mean? I'm always gaming. I'm gonna be gaming after this in a little while, but hey, hit the subscribe button for me, man. Subscribe so you know and hit the notifications thing so you know when it's coming. And like I said, I'm on Twitch all the time, so make sure you check me out. Make sure you check me out there on Twitch. Because that's like where I do. And if you want to support me on Patreon, you could be a Patreon member, a sub on Twitch. You could be a YouTube member. Any which way you go, hey, man, I want to support you financially. I love what you're doing, and I want you to keep doing it. You know, I would appreciate that greatly too, guys. You know what I mean? So once again, thank you for listening to Riffin with Griffin. And you know what time it is. Oh, yeah. It's that rap recap. Here on Riffin with Griffin. Woo! About that AI. Trying to be sly. I don't know who it is. Is it the real person singing? The computer program winning? Woo! And I'm finna to tell you about shout out. Here we go. Taco Tuesday for the bros. LeBron James trying to get it back. Somebody trademarking, that's whack. Yeah. And the Denver Nuggets won. They did it, son. All through the playoffs. Jamal and Jokic went off. In a coffin. Oh my God, I hope it don't happen too often. Yeah, y'all, Erik Griffin on a rap recap. If you want to send me a beat, you a producer, just make sure it's not copywritten. Send it to Erik at erikgriffin.com. I'm gonna be at Zany's in Nashville June 21st, and then check me out in Huntsville for the weekend. Thank you, y'all. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.